So we're moving on. So we're going into combination kicking. Because it's very rare that you just do one kick and it's done. Although that would be really good if you could. So after you finish with that roundhouse, I want you to think about where you place the foot as it comes down. Okay, so if I was to demonstrate this way, okay, so you got the kick. Now as you place it, for most of you it'll be in front of you and a little bit off center. We want to emphasize that off center a little bit because what you're going to do is you're going to do a step through side kick. So this leg is already perfectly positioned where it needs to be, and with the other foot you're going to step through like this, so the heel is pointing to where you're going to be kicking. Okay. If I look at my feet from above, it's a L shape, 90 degrees. Okay. And from here, all you need to do is just pick the foot up, oh, bit off balance, up, side kick. Okay. So, again, roundhouse, kick, place. Okay. Here, that's your step for the step through, so you're gaining more distance. Okay. Your body is already in the right position for the side kick. There's nothing else that you need to do with the rest of your body. All you got to focus on now is that kicking leg. So you pick it up and through. Okay? So if I was to do this in well, somewhat real time, okay? So we're here, there, there. Okay? If I maybe face this way. There, down, there. Okay. It should feel quite natural, that whole forward progression into the side kick. Because you're not having to turn your body side to side anymore. You're already there, your body's in the right line. You just got to lead with that heel and project forward. Okay. We're going to add on another kick. Okay, so it's a 3-kick combo. The good news is the last kick is also a roundhouse, but with a slight variation. Okay, so if I was to demonstrate the whole movement, okay, so we've got the beginning roundhouse where we sort of jump and turn in the air. We've got that step through side kick. Now, this last kick, as you're putting the foot down, I want you to think forward momentum as much as possible. Because you're sort of taking a huge step as you're putting that side kick down, which allows you to just, boom, wind up into the last kick. Hope that makes sense. So, there, okay, here, and boom. So usually when you're advancing with kicks, your partner's going to be sort of moving back. So that final kick, you're surprising them because you're taking this really massive step forward, okay, to gain on them so that you can reach them and make contact. All right, so roundhouse, slide. Now, one thing I didn't mention, because I guess it just naturally comes to me, is because I've got so much momentum on that final kick, as I'm coming through, you notice that the bottom leg drags. Okay, so here, side kick. So it drags a good 40 centimeters, I'd say. If you're not comfortable with that, that's all right. But for a lot of you, I think you'll just find it really natural that as you're stepping into it, roundhouse is coming through, that bottom foot will just slide along. Okay? But the key to it, sliding along, is that you do push off as well. Okay, just like we've been pushing off with that first kick. Okay, side kick, same thing here. Push off, and that'll allow you to fly. A little bit of a after you do that side, you do need to have balance, okay? Because if you're off balance, then you're just going to put it forward, right in front of you, and you're going to be very flat-footed. Okay? So when you do that side kick, control your balance. What helps is if you recoil the leg, so don't leave it out there and then just drop it. Recoil the leg so that you can step out and come through. Okay, so you got to keep it in the air. You got to have control of that kicking leg. It's a good exercise to do when it comes to kicking because, as I mentioned earlier, when you're kicking, it's hardly ever that you do just one kick. Often you need to progress. You need to follow up with a second, a third, a fourth. Okay, so, and doing that shifting from side to side, it's common. You got to do it a lot, and the quicker you can do it, the more effective you can be.